Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. Today I'd like to talk about a topic that we all hear a lot and talk a lot about, which is focusing on results. Makes sense, right? That we're results oriented as business people or as coaches. But at the end of the day, there's a proper way, I believe, there's a proper process. Maybe that's a better way of putting it, to focus on results. I'd like to just talk to you about 3 or 4 of them that I like to use that helps me focus on results, that I think do it in a fair, respectful way and an even way, if that makes sense. First is hold your subordinates accountable for successfully managing critical projects, right? Don't let anybody off the hook, right? Make sure people understand what it is they're being held accountable for. And once they understand that, then you need to, understand that and then have conversations with them. Don't let them get so far off plan they can never get back on plan, right? So there's got to be a way to hold your subordinates accountable, or your people in your care is better. I hate subordinates. I don't even know why I used it. You want to hold people accountable in a proper way, and you want confidence that you can hold them accountable because you've given them the knowledge and understanding of what it is they're trying to accomplish. I think you want to identify and react quickly to outside forces that may be impacting or altering your success. So, for example, obviously during COVID, those were all things that were hurting our success or changing the way we do things. There's new processes and procedures that have to take place. I think you understanding those things and them being willing to deliver to you the news you need to hear when it comes to those things that are changing, the things that are altering their ability to hit their numbers. So I think that what that really shows is your ability to be open, your ability to sometimes, look, you're going to have to accept bad news. We talked about that. Bad news is better than no news. So the ability to accept bad news, the ability to accept what's going on out there is so important. So you want to hold people accountable. You want everyone to be held accountable. Nobody gets a pass. There's a way of doing it in the proper way. And then you want to identify those things that are taking place outside of their, control, and what are those things and how are they impacting the income. You want to react quickly, right? People bring you something. Don't wait 3, 4, 5, 6 days, weeks to get back to them. One of the reasons why people never walk around is because they never see bad things. They never see things out of place. They never see things not successful, in their office. But when they walk around, they see issues, they see problems, they see things that need help. And so you want to be that individual that walks around and reacts to things that aren't on plan and reacts to those things that that people need help with, right? And then finally, you want to identify those boundaries, right? What are the things that are preventing you or I from hitting our plan and, more importantly, being held accountable? You don't want that conversation of accountability to turn into that difficult conversation because we're not on the same page. I thought I was doing really well. We used to always say, you don't want a person thinking you're going to hand them a quality letter and you're handing them a warning letter. You want to make sure you're on the same page. So it's important to focus on results, but there's a proper way to focus on results. That proper way is make sure you're even-handed with your accountability. Make sure you hold everyone accountable. Make sure someone's not getting away with something that no one else is. So be even, give everyone the same opportunity, hold everyone accountable. Identify those things quickly and effectively that may be impacting them outside of their control. Understand what those things are. Help them identify them. Help them work towards a successful outcome because of those things. And then what are the barriers that of success, because they were willing to bring you bad news. They were willing to tell you what some of these barriers are. So I think you need to have a process. Maybe you don't use this process, but have a process as you focus on results, one that you understand and one that you can articulate to everyone else. Once again, thank you for being part of the Leadership Library podcast. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. And once again, remember, it's important to focus on results, but it's more important to focus on those results by doing it the right way.